Rent, the Tony Award-winning musical that spoke to an entire generation, is turning 20. And the 20th anniversary tour is in San Francisco for a special 2-week engagement at the SHN Golden Gate Theater. Here to tell us more about it are two of the cast members, Aaron Harrington and David Merino. Welcome to Bay Sunday.
Thank you so
good
much.
to be here.
This is a musical that so many people relate to. I remember watching this about 15 years ago, and it was fantastic.
Everyone remembers like their first time experiencing and listening or seeing it or watching the movie. Everyone remembers it.
It's such a unique show that you can't help but remember your first experience with it.
Do you guys remember? Tell me a little bit about when you first watched it and what you thought of the musical. Now that you're part of the cast.
Yeah. So I actually ended up seeing MTV was doing still doing music videos then. But I'd wake up in the morning, pop in the VHS and record music videos for me to watch later on during the day. And that was one of the music videos that popped up was Seasons of Love, and that was my first experience with it. So I ended up watching the movie sometime later, but I actually didn't see the show until 2015 on YouTube. So, yeah.
And David, tell us, because there might be some people watching this show this morning who might not be familiar with the story. Tell us a little bit about Rent.
So it's about, I think it's like 6 or 7 artists living in New York City in the end of the 80s, early 90s.
Alphabet City, right?
Yeah, Alphabet City, so like lower Manhattan. And and it's also about the community around them as well, struggling with poverty, with homelessness, with just like a classism kind of going on. And it's how they survive, especially through the AIDS virus that was going around as an epidemic and not being mentioned by politicians and was a very vague killer. And so it's how they survive with that disease. Some of them are diagnosed with that disease, and how they deal with poverty, but how they use love to get through it all. It's a really powerful message. It really is.
And the music is what really draws people to this musical, in my opinion.
Yeah.
What are some of the favorite songs that you guys sing?
We have a duet. We're partners in the show, lovers in the show. And we have a song called I'll Cover You. And it is one of my favorite love songs, of all time, even just with modern and pop music and whatever.
Can you give us a sample right now?
I wish I could. If only I was warmed up. If only I was warmed up.
You got to hit the high notes for that one?
The highest.
You gotta be real warmed up with that song. So yeah.
What about you, Aaron? Is there a particular song that?
I enjoy listening to. We have a song called Another Day. It's with two of our main characters. Roger and Mimi, and then we also have our ensemble accompanying them in the background, and just the blend of the lyrics and the tunes, they're contrasting each other, but yet they're working with each other. It's so beautiful to listen to, especially when they're blended really well. So it's probably one of my favorite songs in the show.
So we're celebrating the 20th anniversary of this musical. It's unique in that sense, where it's been going on for so long. Why do you think that is?
It is so relevant, especially now. It is I think it will forever be relevant. For me, I feel like this musical will be relevant as long as love isn't the first thing in between a human interaction, and as long as there is a lack of love or a lack of empathy towards other people, this musical will be relevant, and all the lyrics and the music and the story will stand strong, even if some of the topics are outdated. It will forever stand, as long as love isn't the only thing really in between humans.
And even if you're a child you might not understand the entire plot, the music is so engaging.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely entertaining. It's powerful. It's so fun, and yet it's also so powerful and so beautiful. Everyone can respect something about the show.
Yeah.
Take us through the journey. I know, Aaron, you've had an interesting path to this role in Rent. Tell us what you were doing before you got this role.
I had just graduated school in 2015 and moved up north with a bachelor's in PR and marketing. So I moved to New York thinking I was going to go do this marketing job or work in this PR firm. So the job ended up being given away, and so I had to still make ends meet. So I became a waiter and a host, and I worked in a restaurant. And somewhere along the way, my friend sent me audition information. And I went to that audition with no headshot, no resume, no book. I'm
But you
very
had that
green.
spark.
I guess.
Obviously.
Yeah. So it all worked out in the end, and I'm so grateful for it. But man, was I very naive and very green. I think I'm still green.
No, we love those stories, right? From something to Broadway stardom. What about you, David?
I have been familiar with Rent for a while. It was one of like the first musicals I like became obsessed with. Classic. They're called Rent Heads, and I fell in love with it. And I had been in a musical theater since I was in elementary school, late elementary school, and then I studied it actually at NYU.
Do they study this musical at NYU?
We do touch on. I mean,
Really?
everyone. It's like it's such a revolutionary musical for the time. So like, there's no way you can learn about musical history and not touch on Rent. It's so powerful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, much success to both of you, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Aaron and David. All right, thank you for coming on. Tickets are on sale for the 20th anniversary tour of Rent, coming to the SHN Golden Gate Theater in San Francisco, February 7th through the 19th. For more information, you can log on to shnsf.com. That's shnsf.com. Don't go away. Bay Sunday will be back with some classic hip hop after this break.
To you and you and you and you. To people living with